So apparently, you can use the Rift Herald to steal dragons and teleport over walls. I actually first learned this from Boneway's Twitter, where in a clip he used the Rift Herald to escape the pit after stealing the dragon, which is already useful on its own, but I went into several hours of practice tool training, and I found that there are other really cool ways you can abuse Riot's intended game mechanics. First of all, I never realized just how big the range from which you can get into the Rift Herald actually is. And this range can be used to escape all kinds of scenarios, since it is basically a delayed Tahm Kench ultimate. Just one thing you always have to keep in mind is that spawning it stuns you for 1 second, and then there's a 5-second delay before you can use it, so you have to time it well. But funny enough, this is actually something that can be useful for dives. Once you click on the Rift Herald, you will instantly become immune to all damage, basically like a Zhonya's. So you can use this in top lane, mid lane, bot lane, wherever you want. It makes you immune to everything, and it can also help you escape dive scenarios. So as I already showed in the video, you can use it in the dragon pit after stealing a dragon just like this, and almost over every other wall in the game as well. You can creatively use it for tier 1 towers like this. Or perhaps if you're a jungler, you can consistently use it through the raptor wall, basically just like this. And in some places in the map or in some walls, you can actually extend the range of the placement of the herald. Here's another spot where you can extend the range of the placement. Now, I just want to show a couple of more examples just to show how crazy this actually can get. And while yes, these are all useful and can actually change fights, this video isn't just about this one mechanic. There are other really cool and important things as well. For example, another funny thing is that the Rift Herald works almost like an Ahri ultimate in the sense that you can store one more charge if you destroy a tower. With this mechanic, you can deal double damage to towers with the Rift Herald Charge. Now, of course, Riot doesn't allow me to spawn teammates in the practice tool, but I can still showcase this trick with Tristana. The idea is to start charging the tier 2 tower as the tier 1 tower is getting destroyed near you. Now, this could be a teammate or Tristana E or any sort of damage over time effect. And as you can see, there is the second charge, which is 100-0 destroying a tier 2 tower. You can better see this in slow motion. If you're already inside of the herald when the tower dies, you get double charge for the next tower. Here's this trick being used in an actual game in the mid lane, and as far as I know, it's not technically a bug, this is just how Herald is coded, so it could potentially be used in pro play even. And the reason why I'm showing this with tier 2 towers is that the damage scaling of the charge starts pretty early into the game, and you can abuse this to get a raw gold advantage for dragon fights, and you can potentially deny the spawned Rift Herald EXP from your enemies as well. Because obviously when the enemies kill the Rift Herald that you spawned, they would get a lot of XP for it. Which leads us to our next point, which is that you can use both versions of the Rift Herald, the original and the spawn version of it, to funnel EXP to one player if there's no other teammate in the vision range of the Rift Herald when it dies. This means that around one entire minion wave worth of EXP can be funneled into one player, which can be meaningful for hyper carries and EXP reliant champions such as Kayle, Kassadin, or you name it. This can be easily proven in practice tool, which shows that Kayle only gets level 2 from the Rift Herald plus a kill if she has no teammates nearby her. There are only 2 more things that I wanted to talk about in this video. The first one is something I learned from Malice as he was kiting the Herald in the pit, which is that while Rift Herald can put a 50% damage nerf or a debuff on you, it's only her basic attacks that apply it, and not the charge and not the slash attack. So as long as you kite the Rift Herald properly, either as a mage or any champion that can kite it, and you force it to do the slash attack, you can kill it way faster if you learn to do this well. The last thing that I wanted to show are the HP save mechanics that are really useful if you're a champion with a lot of tower damage, like a Tristana or like a Camille or something similar, and you want to save the health of your Rift Herald. It is actually better to charge it into a wall, which will make it impossible for the Herald to charge the tower, and it saves its health. And because there are these kind of champions that only really need the Herald to reduce the defenses of the tower, and you can get the job done without the charge damage, you can keep your Rift Herald healthier for longer. That is everything I want to show in this video. I hope you guys can manage to charge your Rift Heralds into my comment section for the YouTube algorithm. Like and subscribe, please, 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 but I really appreciate if you watch the video to the end, as this already helps me a lot, and I hope this video was somehow useful to you guys. That's all. See you next time.